Hey guys, this is Tom. It is Sunday afternoon, 2:15 Eastern. There was a miscommunication in the scheduling here. Dennis had emailed me 11:30 a.m. So they're ready to start at 2 o'clock. I had some things I was supposed to do, but I didn't get to do them. So, including one that's kind of important, but I'll have to. Well, anyway. All right, so we've got the this is the SSFA playoffs. Looks like Dennis probably won the toss and deferred to Keith. I'm going to try animation, even though it tends to go super slow motion. Even when I have it on faster speed now. So see what happens there. We've got the only wildcard game this season, 9-7 Seattle. Coached by Dennis Crowley at the 9-7 Redskins. Coached by Keith. Keith got Philip Rivers. There's a looking pass to LeGarrette Blunt. Defense double teaming Julio Jones, the linebacker. 6 on the white die is a short game for 18 yards in the first down. You see how slow the animation goes when you're watching the game. A lot of bugs in this version of Strat this year. But the important thing is 18-yard pickup. So with that animation, the game is kind of weird to watch, I would say, but not to broadcast. That's certainly not for people who know the game. So first and 10 for Keith, the zone 43, flat pass right to Julius Thomas. Dennis flooding the zone. Dennis so good at adapting right away. First down and 10, Dennis double teamed with his outside linebacker Julio Jones. Because you see the stats, you see Keith likes to throw the bomb. Keith threw looking. Second down, Dennis says, I'm going to flood a flat. But he doesn't waste any time, not waiting. Then it's got this nice secondary, 6 of safety, free safety, 5s in the short pass. So the linebackers are the problem, going 4-4-4. Strong defensive line, 5-6-4-5. 0 here on second down and 10. This brings in the pass rusher, 0-6, but Keith's got a bunch of 7s. Flat pass right to Martellus Bennett. Defense double teaming Julio Jones. And defender X +2 or +5 is only +2. Deron Harmon, who I traded to Dennis, made the play. We're trying to make sure the broadcast is good. Seems to be good. Screen sharing to everyone. Okay, looks good. Spectator joining. 3 wide, 1 halfback. See, I know Keith's got 7s, 3 7s, I think. So that left end 6 isn't going to help you too much on now down to a 5. Unless you're bringing blitzes or showing free safety blitz, particularly below third down. Now, this is different, of course, because Keith's in the shotgun, so Kamara can only run a line book here. Philip Rivers, of course, no end run threat. But Dennis goes dime 3-2-6. He wants the pure double-double, he'll tell you. And he'll defend the looking at as he feels is necessary. All the old cat and mouse here. Some fine targets for Keith in a situation like this. Julio Jones, Demaryius Thomas, the starting receivers. Short pass to Demaryius Thomas. Defense doubling elsewhere. Thomas covered by a 5. 2 linebackers blitzing, but Keith's got good pass protection. There's a must run on Philip Rivers. A statistical sack. A must run of no yards, not a real sack. White, black die X there. Sets up a 4th down and 8. Keith off the punt for zone 45. These two teams, I was going to do a little post-game, a pregame show, but the best laid plans of mice and men. These two teams were 2nd and 3rd in the league in scoring. 26-4 for Washington. I said it was 4th, rather, 25-6 for the Seahawks. The punt goes 42 yards. Led me down inside the 20. There's all kinds of bugs on punt returns and interception returns, not in the game that the two coaches are playing, but in sort of the down and distance after that play. And, of course, the infamous kickoff bug. But then we had a straight 42-yard punt from Ryan Allen and a fair catch for Will Fuller, who has +31 on a 5 and +19 on a 10. The State guy's +49, so Dennis looking to hit one of those. 8 chances out of 36. Nothing else is good. And Dennis comes out. Russell Wilson, Malcolm Brown announced about an hour before the game would be unlimited in the first half. He's got a very strong card. And you'll see Frank Gore and Tariq Brown in the second half. Frank Gore's unlimited the entire game, of course. But with Brown unlimited the first half, I'm sure Gore will be more a part of the offense in the second half. Second down of 5 as Brown runs for 5 in first down. Keith defended the pass very well this year. And there's a dump off for 6 yards on the first down on the Kyle Juszczyk. Dennis got that blocking back 7. Dennis wasting no time with the play calling. That's how he likes to play. Fast and furious. Vin Diesel mode for Dennis. He would seem to be hitting that John Wooden phrase. Strip is Jerron Brown, successful double team by the linebacker. Dump off incomplete, 7 on a 13. Ezekiel Ansah, 1 of 40 over there, 2nd down and 10. Keith defended the pass very well this season, so you might want to think about trying to run against a guy like that. Outside linebacker zeros, you like to have backs who can catch. Short pass running, Davis, defense double teaming elsewhere. Davis covered by 4. Receiver gets right, plus 16. Davis, a very good receiving card this year for a tight end. Looks like a 1926 card with good yardage. As you see, not plus 10, 11, 12, but plus 14, 16, 17. 1st down and 10 for the Hawks. Winner faces me. On the road, and of course, home field advantage in SSFA, and all this of me for family of leagues is that the defense gets a good pass defense card instead of average. It's a nice home field advantage. 5 pass left to Malcolm Brown. Keith calling a run that time in 1st and 10, so forget what I said about focusing on the pass. I don't want to click off of this too much because Dennis is calling plays quickly, but I'd like to get a closer look at Keith's defensive stats. I know Dennis's defense played well statistically, although he's only 9 and 7. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks at their own 40. Defense showing blitz for the 3-4. Dennis doesn't like to let guys get away with that. He likes to challenge you sometimes if you're going to show blitz. But he mixes it up, of course, because he's Dennis. One of the best coaches out there. Doesn't like everyone left to Malcolm Brown. Defense gets the pass. Brown's got a real good card. Defensive end +1 to +5. It's only a 1-yard pickup. Ezekiel Ansah is only a 4 this year, so good break for Keith there. This is 4 makes a play, 4 and a 4. Sets up a 3rd and 9 for the Hawks. Washington was 6th in the league in opponent passer rating, 60.7 allowed, 7% per attempt. So not great, even though it was 6, but that's more of a touchdown interception thing. Somehow he got a ton of interceptions, which you can't really count on going forward. 3rd and 9, trip pass, Jerron Brown, defense double teaming elsewhere. Brown covered by the 5. Receiver on the dump off is -1 to Kyle Juszczyk as Wilson looking for the outlet, and that's at the 4th and 10 for the Hawks. They punt it from their own 40. So 2 of the top scoring teams in the league, but they each had to punt on their first possession. This one goes down inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line. This will be the 2-back if Keith has one, or he may let it block, may let it bounce rather, and we see he tries to return it. I disagree with that call. From the 7 and in, and certainly from the 6 and in, if you let it bounce, you're usually going to get a touchback. Although there are some good things here. +11, 14, 10, or long gain on 12. About half the time he was going to get 10 yards or more there, but the other half not, and he got the not. And now you're back at your own 6 instead of up at your own 20. No guarantee in the bounce, but that's the way that I would have gone. As Keith's going to call his plays in a more traditional fashion. So against the run, Keith's giving up 139 yards a game, 5.1 average. Dennis has to see that. I'm thinking I can run the ball, but we did see Keith issue a run call on, I think, 2nd and 10 or so after Dennis got a 1st down. So Keith's not going to concede the run. Alvin Kamara in the backfield now. 1st down and 10. Whoever just came on, please mute your microphone. I hear a keyboard clicking. That's really not good. Philip Rivers looking for Demaryius Thomas. Incomplete. Now I got to try and mute the microphone for that person. Okay, 2nd down and 10 now for Keith at his own 6-yard line. Midway through the 1st quarter. No score. Each team's had the ball once. The big play here was Keith choosing to return a punt at his own 6 and getting a fair catch. It'll probably let it bounce. Dennis is in his 4-3. Haven't seen the bomb yet from Keith. LeGarrette Blount checks in. Almost all passing so far for the Redskins, I believe. And this is our first SSFA playoff game of the year. Looking past Martellus Bennett. Defense double teaming Julius Thomas. 5 pass right, +7. And complete. Look, someone is clicking. I think it's Dan. Let's see if I can get Dan here. I think we got it. Okay. 3rd down and 3 for Washington at their own 13. He goes pro set. Not sure what the point of that is. Ricard does not have a good rushing card, but LeGarrette Blount is the halfback. He certainly does. So decent blocking here for Keith. Long pass to Marius Thomas. Even gets his run. There's a 6 back there. Thomas goes by a 5. He's not maxed out or anything. Only a 9-15 guy. Receiver gets wrong complete for 26 yards and a big first down. 1, 3, 6, 12, 15. It's a 9-15 card. And that would have been complete anyway. Dennis can comfort himself in that knowledge. Although I don't think he feels very confident right now. Although Washington only at their own 39. Again, that decision to return the punt at his own 6, I don't really understand. Maybe not knowing the punt bounce chart. It goes 2 tight ends. Julius Thomas checking in. So Thomas will be covered by that linebacker 4. There's an off-tackle draw to the right for Garrett Blunt. That might be the first running play we've seen from Washington today. Defensive tackle +2 or +6. Gerald McCoy, now of the Carolina Panthers in the NFL, makes the play. He's a 5. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. 2nd down and 8. That was the first carry of the game for Washington after about 8 pass attempts. He passes the ball a great deal of the time if you look at his stats for the regular season. 2nd down and 8. 2 tights again. So Julius Thomas covered by this 4 out here. Garrett Blunt's not a great receiver, but these 4s, as far as linebacking goes, don't help Dennis. Short pass by Martellus Bennett, covered by 3. Covered by a 3. Covered by the 5. And picked off 2 to 4 or +12, and it's complete. That is where the average versus the good makes a difference. It would have been incomplete on Keith's card if Keith was on defense. Instead, we have a 12-yard pickup. Phillip Rivers to Martellus Bennett. A lot of experience out there with these players on Keith's team. I wouldn't say some of them are old, but Phillip Rivers, Martellus Bennett, Julio Jones, Demarius Thomas. Flat pass left to Martellus Bennett. Defense drops 2 men into long pass after going nickel versus 3 wide. I didn't realize Keith had gone 3 wide there with Alvin Kamara. Receiver gets right incomplete. Rivers 5 of 8, 65 yards. These 2 teams played in the regular season. It was 21-11 Washington over Seattle. Dennis, by his own admission, says that Keith gives him trouble. Just over the years, a lot of close games, a lot of losses. Looking past Alvin Kamara, successful double team for Dennis on the flat pass. It is a looking pass, but still. And blank 2 is incomplete. I should say 2 with a blank. Keith saying nice call. First SSFA postseason game of the year. There are only going to be about 8 postseason games, which is pretty neat in its own way. This is the only wild card game. Dennis goes 3-2-6 as he did last time. Offense goes 3 wide, 1 fullback with Patrick Ricard in there as a blocking back 5. Maybe concerned about Dennis showing free safety blitz. There's no Don Lyman asterisks though. So I'm not sure if that's the right call. But these 2 guys have played each other a lot. Keith plays in the Summer Sprint and/or Battle Royale. Flat pass right to Marius Thomas. Defense double teaming elsewhere. There was a linebacker 4 there. So as long as he avoids the white die 6, and then Des gets a 4-7 linebacker in zone extra short game, but Matt Judon, the 4, makes the play. Did not blitz this time. Dennis mixing it up, of course. Ryan Allen up for the punt, which sails for 29 yards, Coffin corner. And it's down out of bounds to the 18. Dennis had blitzed the outside linebacker in the previous 3rd and long from the dime formation. That's what Keith was looking for this time, but Dennis stayed home. 1st and 10 for Seattle. 5:06 to go. Emerald left Malcolm Brown. I guess wrong. 11 + 7. Look at this card, folks. Dennis made him unlimited in the first half of this playoff game. Tariq Cohen unlimited in the second. Franco unlimited all around. But you look at those rushing stats that Keith gave up. Over 5 yards of carry. He was pretty good against the pass. Tells you got to run the ball. And there you go. Left tackle left for Malcolm Brown. 4 yards on the first down. Franco not as good on right this year as he usually is. And not that he's usually great at it, but he's kind of more of a 0-1 guy on right this year. I had him in Samifa, so you're not thinking as much. I'm definitely going to bring him in on 2nd and 3 or something. 3:54 to go in the first half. But Gore may have to get mixed in if Dennis really wants to pound it here in the first half. If Keith's going to defer. Off tackle left to Malcolm Brown. Defensive end 0 + 17. 4 and a 4. The second time we've seen Ezekiel Ansah make the play here in the first quarter. 4 and a 4. Now it's to save 17 yards. 2nd and 10. Defense showing blitz. Dennis doesn't like to let guys do that to him. But this is a formidable pass rushing team with DeMarcus Lawrence on one side, Ezekiel Ansah on the other. And Dennis has, I think, only 1-7, I don't recall. And we're left Malcolm Brown, short gain that first down for 18 yards, 18 yards up by midfield. And now you see why Keith gave up 5.1 yards a carry. He was 20th in the league in rushing yards allowed. He's not respecting it. We only see one run call. He wants Dennis to run out of carries at Malcolm Brown. Dennis said, I'll do it. I'll bring in Frank Gore. Dennis has at least 3 7s. Short pass, Vernon Davis, receiver incomplete, 1926. For Vernon. Dennis has got 4 7s. So showing blitz might not have been the right move back then. Keith shows blitz again, 2nd and 10. Here's the cat and mouse with Dennis Dave run with Malcolm Brown again. Dennis is very good at staying with the running game, but also, having a nice balance to the offense. He stays with the running game, but hardly abandons the passing game. He knows he's got 5 7s. Kyle Juszczyk. And we're left for Malcolm Brown, the linebacker there, short game, first down. I mean, you have a good rushing car like this. And, as a defensive coach, you're just going to defer. You're going to run yourself into some problems here. Malcolm Brown only 5 carries left, but he's only limited the first half. There's the Russell Wilson and runs to mix in. Short pass, Kyle Juszczyk. There's the play action. Defender X, a long gain. Nobody covering. Touchdown for the Seahawks. He said, it's not enough just to call a run. I'm going to go short yardage. And he pays the price. This is a white die 5 anyway. I don't know what his left outside linebacker is. A lot of good linebackers this year. But he went short yardage instead of just calling run. And get hit with a defender X or a long gain. Have to look and see what that left outside linebacker is. The next time that that Dennis has the ball, I'm about to get disconnected on the kickoff, almost certainly. I think I'll go for the voluntary withdrawal. That left outside is actually a 0, Junior Gillette, as is the right outside, Pernell McPhee. So, I wonder if Keith is getting past a lot. So it wouldn't matter, but still, the nice short pass fullback to Kyle Juszczyk, the best blocking back in the game. One of the only ones worth having. And Dennis gets on the board with a 34-yard touchdown to make it 7-0. Spell mode on. 39542. Select all. Copy that. Microphone off. So I'm voluntarily exiting before the kickoff because, as most of us know, you're gonna tend to have a kick in the end zone, and you get that awful hang up, and you get disconnected. You have to hard crash your game. So I missed one play, a 5-yard pickup after the touchback. Makes it 2nd and 5 for Washington. Hopefully Strat will fix that for the next version, which will be out in about 6 weeks. 2nd and 5, Alvin Kamara in the backfield. Long pass. Alvin Kamara, defense double teaming elsewhere. Kamara's only covered by 4. Incomplete on a 6 on Keith's card. Phillip Rivers, 7 has a long game. Keith loves that 7 long game, right or wrong. Keith throws a lot of long passes. You can tell by the stats, and I can tell you from playing him. And so when you're playing a guy like that, you might not want to be vacating too much, that long pass zone. But Dennis is still double teaming with that safety a lot. So 3rd and 5, Dennis goes down 3-2-6. First of 3 wide. Maybe Keith should have stayed in something like a 2 tight end formation. Long pass, Julio Jones. Dennis drops 2 guys back there. So he needs a 7 or 9 on his own card. Gets 8 in the defense. Incomplete. Beautiful call by Dennis. Any other offensive call. That's a first down on a draw. That's a receiver at a flat pass or a short pass. Anything else, he had a chance at it, but not with the bomb. 44-yard punt for Ryan Allen. It's going to be down around the 26 for, I think, Will Fuller. Dennis is 1 back. Again, we have some issues with the punt return. So if we get somehow hung up here on this thing, these bugs are just terrible. It's funny because they didn't exist previously. So, Strat didn't change any of the punt returning or kickoff returning rules that I'm aware of. So I don't know why they would suddenly have a problem with the game crashing in a moment like this. But that's what we'll be dealing with this whole postseason, is a number of crashes. But I'm pretty used to them now. I'm pretty good at catching and maintaining the action. even while I also can't do my animation properly. So who knows what happened in the punt return, but Dennis got 3rd and 4 at his own 33. So it looks like it was probably a fair catch. And Frank Gore is in the game now, early second quarter. Dennis leads 7-0. Dennis won the toss but deferred to Keith, so the Hawks get the ball to start the second half as well. Winner heads to New York to take on my Jets. Blocking back halfback, Frank Gore is the running back. I haven't seen any passes to Kelvin Benjamin, I don't believe. And why would you? He's not that great. Short pass to Ron Brown. Defense gets past. 3 men there. Dump off and play. Receiver gets right. 13 yards on the first down. For Dennis up by midfield. 1, 3, 8, 13, 16, 18, 19, 26 for downtown J-Ron Brown. It's J-Ron Brown, but the rhyme works better with J-Ron. Malcolm Brown back in there. He's having a very good first half. Only 3 unfatigued carries left. Short pass, Vernon Davis. Defense gets his pass. Long gain on box cars on the defense. 44 yards. Wilson to Davis. The veteran tight end. And it's a first down and 10 for Seattle at the Washington 10-yard line. Dennis with 2 long gains via the short pass. And not even on like the receiver card with some crazy guy. Short pass, Vernon Davis against short yardage. Receiver touchdown. Was that a long game? Didn't matter because it was only from 10 yards, but that was on the receiver's card. 13-0 Seattle, going for 14. I need to voluntarily get out of here before the kickoff. Almost missed it, and all the excitement. Both of these guys play pretty quickly, so when I disconnect like that voluntarily, not like on that punt return, I am going to try to get back in right away. There's no Mike Hargrove action here, like when I'm coaching. And it looks like we have a touchback to Keith, so we didn't miss a play unless you like watching the touchback, which I can't even put on the animation because it goes in slow motion. And when you're watching the game this year, you had another bug. 1st and 10 for Washington at their own 25. Long pass to Marius Thomas. Dennis has that safety 6 back there, so that long pass is just not going to be as effective in general. And dump off incomplete. Numerous 7s. That was a D. Numerous 7s on the line for both of these guys, which are running to a lot of in the playoffs in these leagues. You know, Keith, it may be time to Keith stud. You've got to know your opponent as the coach. Dennis at 14-0. He wants to play pass. You have to start running the ball a little bit here. LeGarrette Blount off tackle draw left. Alvin Kamara doing something. Flat pass right. That time Dennis calls run and blitzes everyone. Flat pass no men for Julius Thomas. 7 incomplete on Phillip Rivers' card. So Keith with a perfect play call. But you do have that 7 incomplete on Phillip Rivers on the flat pass. Rivers 5 of 14. The longtime quarterback for Keith's Washington Ball Club. I've made numerous trades with this team. I traded him to Marcus Lawrence when he had a back injury and I was concerned about his future. But they were generally pretty good trades for me, decent trades. 3rd down and 10. Dennis is going dime 3-2-6 regular here. We've seen 3 wide, 1 fullback. Let's see if Keith goes 3 wide, 1 halfback. I think is a better play. Don't think Dennis is looking at free safety blitz here. And your guys only have 5 anyway. We have 3 wide, 1 halfback. There you go. That's the right call. Dime 3-2-6. Dennis has given him the look in here the last couple of times, which means you have to know, you know that sooner or later you're going to pop that guy up here. Short pass, Martellus Bennett. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Bennett coming by 5. Keith, you really use a first down here. And 8 incomplete on Rivers' card. 3 and out for Washington. Dennis Crowley turning things up a notch here in the postseason, as you might expect, for a 9-7 team that people thought would do a little better. 44-yard punt down to about his own 31. Will Fuller with some good things in the card, but 8 units of goodness here between offense and defense, and gets a +2. I mean, 8 units is not that many out of 36. That's what 8 out of 36 is 4 and 22%. So 3 out of 4 times you're just going to get one of these +1, +2 things. But otherwise, you get something really nice. 5 + 31 is pretty nice. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. They're running the show here. Short pass, Vernon Davis. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 10 incomplete on Russell. Dennis says, I'm not going to sit there and let you think I'm going to run it every time. I'll stay with the run, but I'll have balance. That's what it's all about. 7 of 11, 126 for Mr. Wilson. Has won so many games for Dennis in so many leagues. Short pass, Vernon Davis. Steve double team this time. Incomplete on Wilson's card. Keith forced an astounding 35 turnovers. There's really no statistical reason for it, so he's just been fortunate. He does have a good pass defense here in the playoffs. He needs something to go his way here. 3rd and 10, 3 wide run fullback. One pass to Ron Brown. Nobody there, but he's covered by 5. Picked off 2 to 4, 11 and 12. Incomplete. And Seattle will have to punt it, possibly for the first time today. Second time, I believe. They did punt on their opening possession. Tress way, no way. Punted 48 yards. That'll be down inside the 20. About the 19-yard line. I'm not sure who's returning punts. It's Brandon Tate, who signals for the fair catch for Washington at their own 19. All right, so Washington back in business now. They just need one good drive. Dennis sold out on that one run call, which he was incorrect about, but that could be in the back of Keith's head a little bit. He's relying on Phillip Rivers, and it's not working out so far. It's been all downfield passing, only a little bit of 5 passing attempts, and hardly any running. I mean, give Blunt a chance here. There you go. Off tackle, left tackle, Garrett Blunt. Got a very fine off tackle card. Defensive tackle +2 or +6. Danny Shelton, the 5, could not make the play on the white die 6. Dennis got that 4-3 defense that goes, I believe, 5-6, 5-5 on the early downs. That could be tough to run against. But Keith got some pretty good blocking here, especially when Patrick Ricard's in the game from this formation. And he got some nice cards with Blunt and Kamara. You got to try and run some. One pass to Marius Thomas, successfully double teamed. 5 incomplete. Would have been a dreaded 5 at the ground anyway. You nearly guessed wrong call there. So 3rd and 4. This is a big play here. Can Keith get a first down and, somehow start stringing together some kind of a drive? I feel like we haven't seen consecutive first downs on a drive for Washington this first half here. If not, you're going to punt it to Dennis, more good field position. Dennis's offense is moving the ball. He's also running it more. Those two things may not be mutually exclusive. Nickel 3-5 against a blocker back on halfbacks. So you got to watch for the sneaky run call. Kamara's not very good on right. Looking past Marius Thomas, Dennis sold up for the run key. Keith wisely through the flat pass. He needs this. He should get this unless it gets bad luck. Short gain of the defense, 14 yards. Dennis would have had to stay home. Would have had to flood the flat with an extra DB. And Keith is rewarded for throwing the flat pass there. 14 yards and a first down to Thomas. And 1 first down is not enough. Let's get another one here. So Keith has to be thinking, let me get 3 good plays here, get a first down. Long pass, Julio Jones. He just loves to himself to the bomb. He's trying to hit that 7 on Rivers' card. They get 7 on defense, 2 to 11 and 12, incomplete. And now you're behind the sticks, I think, is what they say in the NFL. When you get into a down a distance you don't like. Then staying home with the free safety 6 there. It's a good call against a long pass happy opponent. Second down and 10 for the Skins. Goes 3 wide, 2 running back. With Kenny Galladay replacing the regular tight end, Martellus Bennett. And Kamara in the backfield. No white die penalty on this. Linebacker Kamara. Double box in play. No white die penalty, but a blocking penalty. Right guard 7-2. He was only a 4 anyway before the penalty. Brings him down to a 0. Makes it 3rd down and 8 for Washington. Midway through the second quarter, they trailed 14-0. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Shotgun formation. Can he get another first down here and start to think about some points, or is it going to be another punt? Dennis has been good with his double teaming here. And short pass, Kenny Galladay, single coverage covered by 4. And there you go. 7 is the first down at Phillip Rivers' card. That's probably right, wrong, and double teamed. As it is, 3 and 7. Get to a first down across midfield now at the Seattle 47. Now let's think about putting the rest of this drive together. Maybe put that one pass in the back pocket for a couple of plays. About some running and some flat passing. Dennis goes nickel 3-3-5 against his 3 wide 2 running back. Dennis knows what these formations do. He's the wizard of that. Looking best, Alvin Kamara. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 12 incomplete on Rivers' card. 7 of 20 for Mr. Rivers in the first half. Keep going this formation again. You know he wants to trick Dennis and try and do some kind of a run from here. He did run a line buck from here just a few plays ago. I think you might see a run here from the offense. Well, pass Alvin Kamara being double teamed, though. Keith needs a dump off. And dump off incomplete. He's going to fire long passes into, a 6 safety and a good defensive coach. You're kind of like saying, hey, maybe hopefully I get lucky. It doesn't seem to be a winning strategy, but we'll see. 3 wide, 1 fullback. Dennis goes dime, 3-2-6. He's just putting himself behind the sticks with this man-bombing approach here. Flat pass right to Martellus Bennett. He's being double-teamed by the safety. Incomplete. That was a white die 6. Great double-team by Dennis. Or it would have been a 9-yard pickup, but Keith would have gone for 4th and 1. Instead, we have another punt. We're seeing a lot of Ryan Allen here for Washington. 42 yards down inside the 20. Dennis already up 14-0. Getting the ball to start the second half. He's at his own 16. 5:42 to go the first half. A chance to really take control of this game right here with a drive that results in any kind of points, particularly if he takes up a lot of clock and prevents Keith from having a reasonable opportunity in the final minute. One pass, Juszczyk is wrong. Juszczyk covered by 0. The safety's a 5 receiver, incomplete. Juszczyk with a pretty nice 5'10" long pass number of units, but it's still only still only 5'10". It's nice for a blocking back 6'7", but in the grand scheme of things, it's not great. But the other long pass wrong with a guy covered by 0. Got a chance at that. 2nd and 10 for Seattle. Downtown Malcolm Brown. You're going to see a run here. He's down to 3 unfatigued attempts. Nope, short pass to Juszczyk. Dennis throwing to Juszczyk aggressively, covered by the 0. Receiver incomplete. 11-18. Juszczyk, a very fine player and a good receiver for a blocking back, but still not generating the type of strat card you like. Short pass, long pass when you need that receiver column. Sets up a big 3rd and 10. Can Keith get Dennis off the field here? It's a big play here. Keith needs to get the stop. Long pass, Will Fuller. Keith drops 2 men in the zone. Very nice play. Dennis needs a dump off here. Gets a dump off, but only for 6. And Mr. Crowley will punt it. 4th and 4 from his own 22. That was Jerron Brown making his 2nd reception of the game. 7-11 on the sack. 47-yard punt, takes a bounce and goes 6 yards. Looks like Seattle's favor. And the Redskins have it 1st and 10. Their own 25. 4:12 to go. All right, here's where you gotta do something. You gotta get a drive going. Keith's looking for the one-play 75-yard drive. You're allowed to run the ball. They haven't outlawed it. The looking passes haven't been bad. Has some chances here with the flat pass. Dennis is hardly too concerned about it. He's going to worry about the bomb with all those long passes being thrown. So some flat passing and some running. Let's see what happens there. Off tackle left, Alvin Kamara. No linebackers there. There's 11 plus 6. Okay, there you go. 2nd and 4. It's a little better than 2nd and 10. We all know Dennis is very aware of your affinity for throwing the bomb, Mr. Mubry. So 2nd and 4. Is Dennis going to stay home with that safety 6? Concerned about the bomb? Is he maybe going to cover Julio? Won't pass Alvin Kamara. Dennis gets his pass. 6 sitting there. And 10 incomplete. No, not a surprise. 7 for 23. I know Keith had the number 1 passing offense in the league, and I know that Rivers threw for 4,500 yards. I just, if your strategy is just to sit here and fire bomb after bomb after bomb against Dennis Crowley with a free safety 6, you might hit it. It might work out. But you got to do a little better on 1st and 2nd down, I say. 3rd and 4. Off tackle right Kamara. There you go. Guessed incorrectly. 10, 9 yards and a first down. Look at that. Run the ball a couple times, get a first down. Wow. When you have a good card like Alvin Kamara's or like Garrett Blunt's. Kamara, the dangerous receiver, covered by 4. So Dennis has to be aware of that when he's in the game. 2 tights, 2 wide. Yeah, shove that 3 wide. Get rid of that. 3 wide, 2 running backs, not too bad in this situation. But I don't want a wide die penalty for Kamara or Blunt. Flat pass right to Kamara. Defense guesses pass. And picked off 2 to 3 and 12. Incomplete. Okay. Dennis living with that free safety home and long pass. You could try some short passes. Although he's been aggressively doubling at times. So I do think flat passing and mixing in some running is the way to go here until you can get going a little further and start to make Dennis feel like you got to change up what he's doing in defense. One pass, Lou Jones being double teamed. Picked off on a clean double team, 2 to automatic on the 11. We're doing 2 to 6, 11, and 12 and right. And returned by Eric Whittle for looks like a good return. Looks like it might have been a 25-yarder or a 20-yarder. Stats don't give it to us right here because Dennis had his own 43. I don't understand the approach, but I guess that's the way Keith was playing all year. But now your quarterback is 7 of 26. I mean, interception there, a clean interception. Off tackle left, Malcolm Brown. Defense calls run. There's a fumble. It's either snap fumble or Malcolm Brown fumble. We can't see, but there was a little delay there, a little blink that I now recognize as a fumble. One day we'll find out, and the game crashes. So the excitement continues. Oh, my goodness. This is the worst one when it crashes like that because it takes a long time to respond and get you back into it. You have Bradley Miller and Kurt Retzlaff listening to the broadcast. Each SSFA champions. I've been doing the SSFA year-by-year coaching grid like I have in Samifa, and I'm almost done with it, so I'll have that available to you soon. Dennis crosses midfield at the Washington 45. First down and 10. So we missed a first down play there, whatever happened. It was evidently not disastrous. Short pass to Kyle Juszczyk. Defender extra plus 14 the first down. That was probably a snap fumble that Dennis recovered. And we're left to Malcolm Brown, short gain, 13 yards in the first down. Now you're down to Washington 32. It's 14-0. Ten carries, 69 yards for Malcolm Brown. Dennis switching up to make him unload in the first half. The strategy working so far. A minute left. He's got all 3 timeouts. 2 up for T carries for Brown. So you might see him running. Got the Russell Wilson and runs. Flat best left to Brown. Not a good receiving card, really. But receiver gets right, gets 5. It's not too bad, I guess wrong. But the completions are only 26, which is low. 2nd and 5. Dennis has a pretty good kicker, Harrison Butker, I think. Dennis used to neglect the kicking position, I feel like. And then the last couple of years, he's been drafting more reliable kickers. Why not? Who doesn't want a reliable kicker? 2nd and 5 at the Washington 27. Short pass, Kyle Juszczyk. He's been the man. Run key gets wrong, plus 14. First down for Dennis at the Washington 13-yard line. And Dennis is deciding, do I go hurry up? Do I call timeout here? He wants to use the remaining clock. He goes hurry up. Keeps those 3 tight ends in his 3 timeouts in his pocket. Malcolm Brown's got 2 unfatigued carries left. Still Russell Wilson if Brown gets fatigued. Defense shows blitz. Dennis got 4 sevens though. I think you'll see some kind of flat pass or a looking pass. Doesn't want to get caught throwing against that 6. And my left, Malcolm Brown, linebacker zone -3 +2. +2. Patrick Chung was blitzing in that zone. Patrick Chung was blitzing in that zone, but he's only 4 against the run. 2nd and 8. Dennis got out of bounds there. Didn't have to call timeout. 11 carries, 71 yards for Mr. Brown. See, in these situations, Dennis is always thinking touchdown. And my left, Malcolm Brown, short gain, touchdown. 11 yards, 20-0. This is all Seahawks. as the Chuck and Chuck offense not working that good for Keith today. I mean, you can have balance. You got the Garrett Blunt, you got Alvin Kamara. Phil Rivers can throw a good short pass. You throw some flats against the linebacker forwards, but it's just been bomb after bomb after bomb. And the score is not going in Washington's favor right now with that strategy. He's got one play. You can throw a bomb here, I guess. Last play of the half. Always scared of getting picked off, return for a touchdown. Here you're already losing 21-0 though. So maybe a flat pass to Kamara. Can he go all the way? Or take a knee and you get Patrick Ricard in the game. Or maybe call timeout and put it in a proper formation. Everyone right to Alvin Kamara. Defensive end +1 and +5. That'll end the half. 21-0. Dennis here at halftime. 247 yards offense to 126. Philip Rivers 7 of 25, 91 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception. Just long passes galore in terms of attempts. And we're going to wait and see when they kick off. We want to try and time it and not get hit with that in the end zone bug. He's saying that he was going to tell Dennis that Vegas and Dennis had a 21-point favorite, but now they've upped it to 42. Keith is a good sport in a victory or defeat. And they're about to kick off, so I'm going to pop off and back on. Nathan joining the studio audience. Nathan, I believe, won Strat 28 this past year, and I was checking these Samsa standings. He's in one of the top seeds over there. And then he has the Uber rebuilding team in SSFA. So it's nice when you have a couple of teams that are up near the top of the standings to offset your one team that you're rebuilding with, or two teams that you're rebuilding with. So Dennis got the kickoff. It was a touchback. And sure enough, Frank Gore, who we can expect to see quite a bit here in the second half, especially with the 21-point lead. Malcolm Brown is not unlimited for Dennis in the second half, and Tariq Cohen is his other main back who fumbles a lot and doesn't have very good yards against right. Gore doesn't have very good yards against right either, but off tackle left to Frank Gore, defense calls run. That's onside tackle +6. Dennis not wanting to get too conservative, though. Second down and 4. Short pass, Vernon Davis. Defense calls pass. Receiver gets right, incomplete. A couple of drop passes have run today. Speaking of Nathan, he was one of Nathan's guys for many years. 3rd and 4 for Seattle at the run 31. Short pass, Vernon Davis again goes right back to it. Dump off, +9 to Juszczyk. First down, Seattle up their own 40. Winner plays me in the quarterfinal. The round of 8, I should probably say. Quarterfinal doesn't seem that informative of a term to use. You got mixed Detroit Lions going to San Francisco to take on Ed. You got Tony, the defending champ, at 10-6. The Vikings head out to LA to take on the Chargers. Short pass, Kelvin Benjamin covered by 5. Receiver gets wrong. +16 on a 1926 car with pretty good yardage on it, although no long gains. And Dennis is across midfield to the Washington 44. Then you have the 4-5 game. Lawrence's Chicago Bears going to Kansas City, heading downriver from Chicago to Kansas City to take on Dan Morin's Chiefs. Those will be your 4 SSFA round of 8 games. Short pass to Ron Brown. Defense gets the pass. And down goes Wilson. Junior Gillette coming in and beating Vladimir Dukas, the 1-9-7 there. Even then it was only a 4-6, 1-32. Second and 19. Dennis from the 3-4. He likes to run Russell Wilson here. Long pass Kyle Jurich being double teamed by Patrick Chung. And down goes Wilson again. Ezekiel Ansah with the +2 bump for the double team. Would have got him anyway, it looks like. 7 on the 13, 1-45, random 23. An 11-yard sack. Suddenly the Seahawks offense heading the wrong way. 3rd and 30, there's no personal fouls or defensive pass interferences, so he has to earn this one. You're going to dump off. Blocking back 1 halfback. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5-3. Going to get like a +26 somewhere, so you might see a run with him. It's a pistol formation. You can still do the emerald with Russell, but there could be a blitz there, so maybe a draw with Cohen. Cohen does have a high fumble number. That's always a lot of options. So emerald left to Russell Wilson, gets offensive onside tackle +5. He gains 5 back. First usage of an emerald by Russell Wilson today. And it's 4th down and 25. Then it's punt from his own 25. Booming punt. Looks like it's down around the goal line. Hope that does not disconnect us. I'm sure it will. I'm going to play Let's Learn. And I learned that, yes, I was right. It did disconnect us, so I'll be reconnecting momentarily. But then it took a few minutes off the clock there and punted from a reasonable field position. It's got Keith starting out his own 20. And it's interesting. I can't say it scares you, but here's where a mad bomber like Keith has just been launching bomb after bomb this game to little effect. Is almost a little more concerning here. You know, I got the 7 long game right and wrong on Rivers, so you're up 3 touchdowns, but he's at least 1 play away from hitting a long game. He lost a yard at 1st and 10. I don't know what it was. Long pass to Alvin Kamara, incomplete. 3rd and 11. 8-27. You have a whole half. You can still run the ball. You can throw flat passes. You're allowed to throw short passes. It's not against the rules. 3rd and 11 for Washington at their own 19. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Nickel 3-3-5. Who are you going to throw long to this time? Long pass to Marius Thomas. Double teamed. And it's a dump off for a loss of 1. 4th and 12. It's just, you know, it's not a good way to run your offense. Nathan throws Nathan throws very few bombs compared to this approach. 4th and 12. Nathan goes to nickel and throws the flat passes, tries to catch you with a bomb. Not just throwing long after long after long after long while you're double teaming all those guys. 4th and 12. He says he thinks he's been voodooed. Yeah. 40-yard punt. He's been voodooed if there's somebody putting a curse on him requiring to throw 75% long passes. There's play calling. You know. 1st and 10 for Seattle, their own 34. Dennis looking for another playoff victory. And he wants to play sport. Then he wants to beat me in the playoffs. My nice shiny 16-0 team, the undefeated team. See what happens. Flat pass left incomplete to Frank Gore. I beat his undefeated team in the Super Bowl in Psalms a few years ago. He wants some payback. We'll both be ready for that one. I promise you that. 2nd and 10. It's going to be a tough game. I match up well with his team, but he's a great coach. Emerald left to Russell Wilson. Onside guard 8 and 3. 8 yards for Russell. Kelechi Osemele making the block, the New York Jet. 3rd and 2. For the Seahawks midway through the 3rd quarter, 8:24 to go. Frank Gore in the game. Dennis going to make a good call here, whatever it is. He's hardly throwing any flat passes. So maybe a flat pass to one of the zeros. Maybe a short pass to Vernon Davis or Juszczyk. Off tackle left Frank Gore. 9 is +2 on a 1st down. Favorable spot by the refs. New set of downs for Dennis at his own 44. Midway through the 3rd quarter. I played Dennis a lot, called a lot of his games. Off tackle left to Frank Gore, guessed correctly, loses 1. So I should be in good shape to hopefully call a good game against him when I'm on defense and he's on offense. We'll see. Second down at 11. The 4-3 defense, those fours at linebacker. I like that. Off tackle left to Gore, guessing correctly. O'Selly makes the block again. He's a 6'7", 7 yards, makes it third down and 4. Seattle at midfield now. 21-0. What would the over-under is on long passes Keith will throw for the remainder of the game? I'm going to say 15.5. Off tackle left guessed correctly, -1, so Dennis has to punt it. But he used, another couple minutes off the clock. He's still up by 3 scores. And that punt's going to go in the end zone for a touchback. We get ready to get disconnected again, probably. The ratings probably already 315. Yeah, I'm saying the rest of the game, Bradley. The rating is slipping now here in the second half as guys change the channel. Bradley's the last of the Mohegans over here. Kurt has left, and Nathan was probably just checking in for a score update. It looks like he wasn't here long. That was a touchback. He's probably already thrown, about 15, no problem. And I don't know what that play was, but we ended up with a screen pass to Alvin Kamara. We missed the play call. So I don't know if that was a dump off there. No, it looks like it was a legitimate flat pass. Second and 10 Washington, their own 20, 5:24 to go. Flat pass right, Martellus Bennett throwing at the 4. This is a good approach here. Defender -3 or -1, loses 3, so bad roll there. Well, Rivers gets his 10th completion, but on a 3-yard loss. 21-0 Seattle. But it's not over because it's an offensive rule set, and Keith's got a lot of firepower. But sooner or later, something's going to happen. You got to get 1 score, but now it's 3rd and 13. So Lopez, Kenny Galladay, 2 men back there. He did 7 or 9 on Rivers' card. He hasn't hit it yet, so he's due. 5 incomplete. If you ever see me throw this many long passes, please smack me in the head. In a modern rule set against a guy with all 4 linebackers. Here goes the punt, 45 yards, down to Dennis's 38. We got a blinky thing for Dennis. It was a fumble. -1. And recovered by Washington. There's a turnaround. 45-yard punt. Will Fuller fumbles it. Demaryius Thomas on special teams, of course, naturally. Recovers at the Seattle 37. Now you got a bit of a game. Let's see if Keith can avoid going for the touchdown in 1 play. What do you think he's going to do here? Why not hand the ball off or throw a looking pass or throw a short pass? Don't just fire the bomb in. There you go. Everyone left. Alvin Kamara. Then it's double teaming a bunch of other guys. 10 + 1. Okay, well, not gonna get every roll. 2nd and 9. Kamara looks like he might be better on the off tackle. I think the +21 there is nice, but everyone right to Alvin Kamara. Running at the 0. There's another good call. There you go. Short gain. 18 yards in the first down. What do you know? Wow. I can call a different play and have a positive result. 1st and 10 for Washington now. The Seattle 18. Now he's forbidden from throwing a long pass, so the strat rule is doing him a favor here. Flat pass right down the hard gets wrong. He's got a good receiver call, like +16s on it. Defender -2 or +4, 4-yard completion. Josh Martin could not make the play. NFL Jet from that season. 2nd down and 6. And a called run that time, partly because he wasn't as afraid of a long pass at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 6. Short pass certainly in play. Short pass Martellus Bennett, be covered by 5. 3 guys there. Now you can get something good. There's a dump off for 9 yards. Look at the wow. This is called a drive, Keith. When you decide to do something besides throw long almost every single play. 1st and goal from the 5. And this is where the game can get turned around. You get a touchdown here, 21-7. Then you get a stop. Score. You're down. When you're down and you have the ball, you should think this way. And you score and a stop. You score and a stop. Touchdown and then stop him. Garrett Blunt is in there. I don't know what this pro set is doing, but 4-3 blitz from Dennis. Short pass to Garrett Blunt, guessed incorrectly. Does not want a receiver reading. He's not the great receiver. Touchdown for Rivers to Blunt, 5 yards, 21-6. Mr. Fairbairn, the hell is his first name? Kaimi, something like that. Out for the extra point, which is good. I'm going to try and time me. I'm going to try and time the crash, so to speak. So this is where, I've been in this position that Dennis is in now. This is where, as you're a veteran coach, and you're like, I've been dominating this game, and then I got a punt return fumble, and now I'm only up by 14, and the other guy's got a good team. So you start to get concerned. Tariq Cohen in the game at halfback, he has a high fumble number, 21-7 Dennis. So Dennis wants to keep moving the ball and get offense. He doesn't want to turn it over, certainly. Showbiz Vernon Davis, successful double team, incomplete. Also down to 13 for 25. 2nd and 10. Tariq Cohen in the game again. Will Dennis run with him? Fumble number, it's maybe 50. Maybe not even gets wrong. Might only be like around 1 to 30 gets wrong. Probably up over 1 to 60 gets right. And run left Russell Wilson. Staying away from that bad fumble number on Tariq Cohen. Mr. Wilson gains 9 with Kyle Juszczyk's hardy block. Frank Gore checks in, 3rd and 1. 3 end runs remaining for Russell. So closing in on the end of the 3rd quarter. (21-7) Hawks. Third down and 1. Everyone's thinking run or flat pass. Sometimes then you go short or long, but 3rd and 1. I don't know if Dennis wants to do that here. It's not Frank Gore from 5 years ago. Flat pass left to Gore. Defense run king Russell Wilson. Linebackers a 0. 7-8 yards and a first down from Wilson to Gore. As the 4th quarter starts, would have been good on right. Would have had a double team Frank Gore, which would have been a hell of a call. And Dennis has it on his own 42. It was a big conversion. 21-7. We still have a quarter of football to go here. Tariq Cohen has not carried the ball yet, I don't believe. But he's running it and run Russell Wilson a little bit when Cohen's in there. And run left Russell Wilson. Defensive onside guard plus 8 or plus 3. 6 on a 6. Makes it a 2nd down and 2 for midfield. Now he's down to only 2 on 50 carries for Russell. Frank Gore checks in. Offense has you at such a disadvantage here, especially in the modern seasons. Off tackle left to Frank Gore. Defensive onside tackle plus 8. David Bakhtiari. Dennis going behind those 6s on the left side and pounding the Redskins on the ground. Redskins did not respect their running game during the season. Not respecting it here in the 4th quarter. And Dennis will make him respect the scoreboard then. But Kyle Juszczyk, that's an all 6 front on the left side. Short pass Tariq going against a short yardage. Receiver gets wrong, incomplete though. Tariq was born in Queens, New York, which is where I'm from. But I think moved down south when he was a youngster. I don't recall. I remember seeing that when I was scouting rookies last year. 2nd and 10 for Seattle. At the Washington 42. Short pass, Kelvin Benjamin. Defense gets his run. Receiver gets wrong again, incomplete on the 7. That was 1926. Any receiver would have dropped that, even Jerry Rice. So 3rd down and 10 now. And what had looked like a drive that was going to result in at least a field goal attempt and almost seal the victory is now one that can be stopped. Now, Dennis does not like to punt it from around here. So he's thinking, let me get 5-6 yards. He goes pistol. He goes a little off tackle here with Cohen. Short pass, Kelvin Benjamin, 4-man in zone. This is a big play. Dump off, complete for 20 yards and a first down on a 2 on the wide dive for the dump off. 2nd down linebacker, no one blitzing. Dennis got 7s anyway. And the dump off comes through for Crowley. and has Seattle down to Washington 22. Talk about it being an offensive rule set. These things really help. Feel a lot more confident throwing that short pass on 3rd and 10 when you got a wall of sevens in front of Mr. Wilson than you would circa 1989 when your wall of offensive linemen is crumbling. It's not a wall. It's like a dike with a bunch of holes in it. It's more like a short picket fence. I'm not sure what it is. Defense showing blitz here. That's not going to be helpful. Blocking back one halfback. Dennis is thinking maybe long pass to Tariq Cohen here. Short pass to Tariq Cohen. Defense run keys Russell Wilson. Seven's a first down for 12 yards. Dennis knocking on the door again. Down to Washington 10. The score here almost puts it away pretty much. And then it's really miracle time. Any type of score. Field goal or touchdown. Short pass to Tariq Cohen. Defense goes short yardage. Receiver gets wrong. 10 yards and a touchdown from Wilson to Cohen. Russell with the fist shake, the little thing he does. Third touchdown pass of the day. 28-7. And I try to exit, and I think I got it. Dan checking back in. All Crowley. And it'll be Crowley versus Cook in the round of 8. From friend to foe. Will have to be the storyline for that one, I suppose. That's a long pass. Well, now you're down 21 with 11:24 to go. I'm not going to yell at you for throwing bombs here. Almost picked off. Not really. 2 to 5, 11 to 12, 7, but you get the idea. Perhaps some embellishment on my end. 2nd down and 10. So look, this game, I mean, barring some kind of miracle / disaster, as Keith keeps firing bombs or to double teams, it's going to be Dennis versus me in the round of 8. Mick versus Ed. They're Detroit, San Francisco. Mick against Ed. Played in the regular season, and Mick won that game as a good offense. Look at this. Alvin Kamara gets wrong. There's something nice. A receiver plus 16, something like that. There you go. Receiver 12 plus 17. 8 to plus 16. First down, Washington up by midfield. Those are mixed Detroit Lions at Ed San Francisco 49ers. Tony's Minnesota Vikings, the 6 seed, heading out to the West Coast to take on Paul's Chargers, the 3 seed. And then Dan is listening now, hosting as the 4 seed. One pass Alvin Kamara. Defender X plus 27. He gets it. Plus 27. Defended by the 4. 1st and 10 for Washington at the Seattle 29. Dan Moran's Chiefs hosting Lawrence Green's Bears. Chicago Bears. Interesting matchup. Both of those teams did well this year. They both have some real weaknesses. I shouldn't say real weaknesses. They both have some weaknesses is what I meant. So, but interesting matchup. Of course, some strengths. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. The Minnesota Charger game we're looking forward to. And Chicago Kansas City game, anything can happen. They both been playing really good defense. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Mick trying to pull off the upset up there with Detroit at San Francisco as well. San Francisco, 2nd and 10. Washington, Seattle 29 short pass, Montella spun it. Dump off incomplete, sets up 3rd and 10. 9 minutes to go. I mean, touchdown here, and it would not be out of the question to come back. But you got to get it. They go 3-3-5 versus the 3 wide halfback. Keith likes to throw deep, but he's been doubling. Maybe a flat pass here. One pass, Kenny Galladay being double teamed by the safety. Flat pass would have been nice. Pickoff incomplete would have first down on flat pass. 4th and 10. Just too many bombs. Way too many bombs. I mean, now it's 28-7, but first 2.5 quarters just trying to field goal. Well, it's no good. I don't know what you're doing there. What does 28-10 do for you? 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. I guess you can still get there 3 more scores. Short pass, Kyle Juszczyk, dump off complete for 10 yards. Really only one 2-point conversion. 2 touchdowns, one of which goes for a 2-point conversion, and a field goal gets you your 18 points. I suppose if you're going to just launch a bomb into double coverage anyway, you might as well try the field goal, I guess. I don't know. But 3rd and 1 for Seattle now at their own 45 at the Washington's 45. 6:36 to go. Could be winding down, barring like a turnover, a turn for a touchdown. There is not a punt return capability here for that. Short pass, Brandon Davis, incomplete. 4th and 1 to Washington 45. Well, Dennis, go for it. Punt it. Punts it. Okay. 6:18 to go. Even Dennis says there's a time to not go there. And he gets that one inside the Washington 10. 37 yards on the coffin corner. Even Bradley leaves us now. Now it's just Dennis. We're listening to the broadcast if he wishes. 1st and 10 Washington at their own 8. Everyone left. Alvin Kamara, nobody there. Box in play. Offensive on to them, +9, +4. Patrick Ricard. I always want to say Captain Picard when I see Patrick Ricard. But it's Patrick Ricard makes the block. Long pass to Alvin Kamara. Defense gets his pass, stays back there. Picked off. 2 to 6, 11 and 12. Another interception for Rivers. Return to the Washington 34. 28-7 Seahawks. It's all over but the crying. Keith may want to. It's all over but the crying. Snap fumble. Defense recovers. Okay. 5.4 snap fumble number for Mr. Wilson. It's high. It's a little higher than usual for most modern quarterbacks, and I think higher than usual for him. I think he's usually not worse than a 3.0. On pass Julio Jones. Picked off for the 3rd time. It's a 1-pass fest here. I can see if Dennis had a weak secondary or something, and he wasn't good with double teaming, but he's got a free safety 6. He's got 5s in the short pass positions. He was a 4-3 with weak linebacking. Actually launch bombs from the beginning for the first, while the game was still in doubt. Launching bombs for 2.5 quarters. I don't get it. You get Kamara, you get Blunt, you get weak linebackers. I don't know. But that was Keith's choice. And now he's going to go down 28-7. There's a score here. Dennis with the ball at the Washington 35. Dennis getting ready for the East Coast Jody Washington. So will the Seahawks stay in the East Coast or they fly back home? That'll be an interesting decision for Mr. Crowley. Seattle at the Jets. SSFA round of 8. I played Dennis when I won my first SSFA title. I played him in the round of 8. He was the defending champ. I beat him 40-33 way back about 7 years ago. And of course, we played in the Samsa Super Bowl, which I defeated him. We played in the SSFA playoffs, I think, last year, and Dennis defeated me pretty easily, 22-8 or something like that. I think Ryan Matthews fumbled inside his 10, late 3rd quarter, early 4th quarter. That was devastating as I tried to get some points against a tough defense. So we've played at least 3 times in the Sweetfoot family playoffs so far. Might get good ratings for that one. Who knows? Dennis starts to take a knee. 30 seconds left. It's all over but the crying. Eric Weddle getting a good workout this game. So there you have it. SSFA wildcard round. One game only. 28-7. Mr. Crowley, another victory. And that's going to put him into the round of 8. Seattle 9-7 at the Jets. We did not play in the regular season. Detroit 9-7 at San Francisco. They did play in the regular season. Minnesota at the Chargers, and the Bears at Kansas City. Washington total only 211 yards offense as he was trying to just fire bombs down the field. And Dennis was staying home with the free safety 6 or double teaming. You didn't see the typical free safety blitz and look to use the pass rush a lot today for Dennis. Didn't feel the need to, particularly went to an up 21-0 at the half in this matchup. Dennis ran the offense skillfully, mixed everything in. Malcolm Brown in the first half was a key move, as he ended up getting 12 carries for 82 yards to help Dennis build this lead. 395 yards offense. Russell was playing well early and came through with a couple completions late as well. He was 21 of 36, 269, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and had a few carries that were helpful. Can't go by those rushing stats. There were some kneel downs in there. Kyle Juszczyk, 7 catches, 90 yards. So there you have it. Seattle 28, Washington 7. I'm going to go because I needed to take care of a couple of things before the game that I didn't get to take care of. But the game was very brief. And that's the final score. Adios, guys. Bye-bye.